Recession looming. Hiked interest rates, surging gas and food prices, and supply shortages. Americans' budgets are now being stretched thinner and thinner. But President Biden continues to hold out hope that we are not on the fast track to a recession. In his interview with the Associated Press, Biden said, quote, "First of all, it's not inevitable. Secondly, we're in a stronger position than any nation in the world to overcome this inflation." Now, most finance executives are saying it is inevitable. Is he seeing something they aren't, or just trying to keep fear out of the market? And now the president is traveling to Saudi Arabia. Next month, he'll beg for more oil. And joining us now is Grover Norquist, who is the founder and president of Americans for Tax Reform. Grover, thanks for being here. First off, the White House, they say there's not much they can do to lower gas prices for consumers. President Biden, he's been laying the blame squarely on Vladimir Putin. What can the White House do? What are they not doing at this point in time?
Well, they could allow the pipeline to be finished coming in from Canada to guarantee us energy for the next hundreds of years. They could not only allow permits, but they could then go through the permission to let people start drilling on public lands again. They took land and offshore areas away from being drilled or explored or put out for bid. All of these things would help, and they could end this conversation they have that they want to destroy the entire industry and put everybody out of work in the next 20 years. Why would somebody invest in oil, natural gas, which we're short on, and which the Russians benefit from our shortages and our failure to produce the way we did in the previous administration, if the government says, oh yeah, we'd like you to produce now, why don't you invest now? And in 15 years, we're going to take it all away and make you illegal. Of course, this is why he has to go to Saudi Arabia and beg. Presidents should not be begging other countries. Biden would rather beg than allow Americans to develop energy and make us once again energy dominant.
And that's the other thing, too, to your point, Grover. You see right now the EU, Egypt, and Israel are coming together on a gas deal. And then you have two really rogue regimes in Venezuela and Iran. They're even coming to an oil agreement. And this comes as the Biden administration keeps saying they don't want to drill here, or at least they kind of dodge that. But that is definitely what's being implied. Now, the national average is now at $5 per gallon. President Biden is inviting oil CEOs to the White House next week. What do you think he's going to say to them? And what do you think they're going to say to him?
I don't think they should go at this point. They should have their own press conference and talk about the damage he's doing to American jobs and American energy. The tax increases he's threatening to put on this industry, the regulations he's been rolling out, the announcement that we're going to destroy this industry by 2030 or 2040. The nerve of the president to bring people in and then they yell at them because they have high prices because the president has made it impossible to produce energy at a reasonable price in the United States. They should stay outside. They should be picketing outside the White House, not sitting inside with a guy who caused these problems.
Now, we know the supply chain is a contributing factor. President Biden signed the bipartisan Ocean Reform Shipping Act this week. Is that going to have a significant impact on inflation, or is this another move that makes it seem like they're doing something, but really not?
They're trying to do things day by day, which say, message, I care. The problem is the big picture. They printed too much money. They spent $2 trillion on nothing. We got no gains in employment, no gains in income as a result. They've created inflation, which means every American is poorer today than they were a year ago. That, their income's growing, but inflation's growing faster. Their IRA is worth less. Their life savings is less. The cash in their pockets is worth less than last year. They are worse off because President Biden screwed up, printed money, raised taxes, regulated, and spent too much money, in effect, on welfare, paying people not to work.
And there's also talk that companies are having to lay off workers with the fear of going into a recession. Keep in mind, a lot of these companies said they needed workers. So how bad do you think this is going to get, and when could we start seeing these mass layoffs happen?
Well, it could happen sooner than you'd like. Certainly, it's exactly what happened under Jimmy Carter. The challenge for Biden is he was old enough. He lived through Jimmy Carter. He's just so old, he evidently doesn't remember anything about the Jimmy Carter years. They overregulated. He overregulated. They printed money. He printed money. They raised taxes. He raised taxes. They spent too much. He spent too much. They were weak internationally. He was weak internationally. It's as if he's reliving. He's not the third year of Obama, the third term of Obama. He's the second term of Jimmy Carter, with all of the mistakes and none of the learning. The only good thing about Jimmy Carter is he got us Ronald Reagan. But we had to live through a number of years of recession until the Reagan tax cuts took effect. Biden is not cutting taxes. He's threatening to raise them.
Founder and president of Americans for Tax Reform, Grover Norquist. Grover, thanks for being here tonight.
Good to be with you.